everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I thought that for today's video I would just do a fun light-hearted video, and that was the last 10 things that I bought on Amazon. I've seen a few of these floating around on YouTube and I quite enjoy seeing them just to see what people buy, and we're big Amazon fans in this family. I mean, we still try and support the high street where we can. We've got the Amazon Prime, and for certain things, especially with having kids, like they come home from school and say, oh, I need this or this, and to be able to just order it and get it the next day is amazing. So we are big Amazon fans and therefore we do purchase quite a lot on there. So I will show you the last 10 things I've got. We're all just laying out here. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So the first thing that I bought, I actually got ready for a holiday. Like, we're hoping to go on down to Cornwall at some point later in the year. It's a long way, a good 5 hours or more from where we are, and we need to entertain the kids. And this popped up on Amazon, and it's the Julia Donaldson collection. So if you've got kids, I'm sure you've heard of Julia Donaldson because the kids seem to be obsessed by her. And this has got, how many? 10 stories. And I just thought it would be absolutely perfect to break up the journey in the car. Obviously, we could listen to the radio. We've got music CDs, games and magazines and things like that. But I thought this would be really good and actually quite nice for us all just to have a chill out and listen to as we're driving down. So it's got The Gruffalo, Gruffalo's Child, Charlie Cook's favourite book, The Smartest Giant in Town, Room on the Broom, A Squash and a Squeeze, The Troll, The Snail and the Whale, What the Ladybird Heard, and The Gruffalo Song and Other Songs. And I just thought that was really nice. This was an offer, but I think it was $7.99 when I got it. I think it fluctuates. It had been in my basket on and off for quite a few weeks, and I saw it go down to $7.99. I don't know if it's still the case anymore, but I didn't think that was too bad. It's one of the newest purchases that we've got. Next up is a bit of a random selection. I am just going to do it in whichever way I grab. Cryo tag. Now, a bit of a random one really, but I have had a problem skin tag for as long as I can remember, steadily getting bigger, starting to rub, and I looked up having it removed privately because they don't do it on the NHS anymore. It was in the region of around about £100–150 by the looks of it. I may well have been able to get it cheaper, but when I looked, that's the kind of amount it was coming out at. I looked on Amazon and I kept on coming across this one, and this cost £13 when I bought it. I think it was $13.99 when I bought it. Again, as with all these products with Amazon, they fluctuate. And it had really, really good reviews. I have used it once. Tells you how to do it. It basically freezes it off, a bit like you used to go to the doctors for like a wart or something when you were small. Doctors aren't allowed to do that anymore because it just lasts as cosmetics, so they don't do it. So basically you just follow the instructions, hold it on, freeze it for 40 seconds, and within 4 days it had shriveled up or fallen off. A delightful topic of conversation, especially on here. At the end of the day, I just massively recommend this. It did the job, no longer a problem, and I think, what does it say? There are 12 treatments in here, so if anything else appears, then I can freeze that off as well. And it was absolutely amazing. There's rules about the fact that you've got to make sure it's a skin tag, obviously, make sure it's nothing more sinister, sizes and things that it has to be able to do it. And that was one of my recent purchases. When I was looking at my previous 10, I was looking down the list thinking, oh, the randomness of this is crazy. But I just thought, no, I'm going to choose the previous 10, whatever they are. So that one had to make it into the collection, I'm afraid. Next up was a little beauty one. This is the Maybelline Colour Show eyeshadow, and it's number 34, Lustrous Beige. And this was $3.99 when I got it, because that's why I thought, oh, that's a really good price. I really like this. I've been using it on my eyes for as long as I can remember. Just a kind of light eyeshadow, what I'd describe as just a daytime eyeshadow. Obviously, if you were going out in the evenings, that you might like something a bit darker. I felt that was really good. I will just say, they did send one, and when I opened it, the whole of the inside of the eyeshadow just fell out in one piece. And I just thought, that's going to just crumble before you know it. So I sent them a message and they actually told me to keep it, and they sent me this one, which is absolutely fine. So I actually ended up getting 2 for $3.99, which is very good. Didn't expect that. I just thought I'd let them know because I've had a couple that have done that. So that's really good. Next up, I have got these slow cooker liners. Now, I think I paid best part of £5 for these. Now, I've added them on the list just because it was one of my previous 10 purchases on Amazon. But I have seen these cheaper in Home Bargains they had them in there. I'm not sure if it was the same number, like there's 25 bags in here. I didn't look, but in Home Bargains they were a couple of pound, and I was thinking, oh, you know, I've overpaid. But again, prices fluctuate, so it may be that they come down on Amazon. Basically, we don't use these all the time. We use our slow cooker a lot, especially in the winter, but what I am hoping to do, and I might film this, is just make up some slow cooker dump bags so that you basically prepare everything that you want to go into your slow cooked recipe, and then you tie it up in the bag and you just dump the bag in the freezer. And basically when it comes to the night before or the morning of cooking, just take the dump bag out, you put it in, and it's ready to go. It just makes it very, very easy, especially on a busy day. So that's why I got these. 25, it's going to last us forever. And like I say, I don't use these all the time. I'm not using them. It says here it prevents a baked on mess. It's not the reason that I would use them. It is just to do the dump bag recipes to save a bit of time. So that was the next one. Next up is like 2-in-1. So I bought my daughter the Tangle Teaser. That came down to £8 on Amazon from 15. I've got one. I use it on her hair all the time because her hair is so thick and so long for a 20-month-old. It's unbelievable. And this is the only one that doesn't hurt her. I don't want to keep trying to rip through her hair, and she's using mine all the time. And it's just in the evenings, we're to and fro in between rooms to try and find it because we all use it. And I thought, I'm just going to get her own for £8. This will obviously last her like forever. I won't ever have to buy another brush. The second thing I bought was, just so they didn't get mixed up, I thought it would be cute to get her a little name. And this is just a little name decal. So they were on Amazon. I think it was only about £1, £1.50. And it was actually classed as a bottle decal, which, you know, just like a bottle sticker, but it was quite a nice size. So you just order whatever name you want for around about £1.50. You choose the colour and the style of the font that you want, and they send it out, and you just affix it to the brush. So yeah, that was good, and that will last her. Like, I won't need to buy her another brush. So rather than keep going through brushes at £3 or £4 and just keep thinking that's not the one, it's hurting her and she's flinching, I'll just get that one and know that that's sorted. So that's what I did. I'm just gonna have a quick sip of tea. I've just put her down for a nap. So my son's at school and I've just put Lucy down for a sleep. So having a quick cup of tea while I do this. Next up, I've actually got it as a leaflet. This is the Munchkin Secure Grip Bath Caddy. So I actually only got this 2 days ago. In our bathroom, on the windowsill is just piled high with bath toys. It's absolutely driving me nutty. It's the first thing you see, and they're all stacked up and they're not draining properly and they're getting a bit manky and mouldy, and I know you can milk in them and everything, but it just was getting on my nerves that was the first thing that everyone saw when they walked in. We used to have one of these bath caddies when we were small, so to me it feels a bit old school. What I'm going to do quickly here is just insert a photo that I took of the bath caddy actually in our bathroom, because you can't really see on the leaflet and it's just too big to carry in. So I will just insert a photo here. Basically, it just means you just keep all the toys in there, they drain nicely, they don't get all mouldy, and we actually move it to separate the bath into 2 halves. It just keeps them both at each end. They don't keep trying to swim to each other's end. And when it's not in use, we just push it up to either end of the bath out of the way, and it's just so much neater, and they absolutely love it because it means they've got all their toys in front of them and they can pick and choose what they want, rather than me just throwing in 3 or 4 every single day. So that's gone really well. That was a shade over £10. I did find a slightly cheaper one on, it was either Amazon or eBay, but this was a Munchkin one, and it's got nice little ducks on each end, and I just thought I'll go with a name that I know for the sake of an extra couple of pounds. So yeah, it was £10.99, which, you know, it's going to last, it's going to be fine. It's expandable, like extendable, so it fits most baths. Yeah, their kids are really pleased with that one, and so am I. Next up is this tyre repair kit. I told you it's a totally random selection of these. We've basically now had 2 punctures in 4 weeks on our car, and the second one was a disaster, and I was stranded with both kids for 3.5 hours waiting to be rescued. As it happens, that tyre was beyond repair because I had to drive it to a safe place and it was just ruined. But the one beforehand, this would have come in really handy. My dad and my brother have recommended this. Obviously, I haven't got anything out because once you use it, it's gone. But basically, yeah, if you get a flat tyre, if you get a puncture, fairly simple, straightforward one, then you pump up the tyre pressure and you stick the slime in it, goes up the tyre, and it just lets you drive to a safe place or tyre repair shop. and it just makes me feel a little bit easier having this in. Our car does not have a spare tyre. I can understand the reason that they've done away with them in some respects, you know, but equally it's not ideal when you do break down with young kids. So I'm thinking that if I have any other sort of puncture, then this could come in really useful, and it's nice to know that it's just sat in the back of the boot in the case of an emergency. This was £23 for this. I don't know what the price is again now, it might have changed, but I just felt like £23 for peace of mind in the back of the boot is worth it. So yeah, that's what I've got. And to show you on the back, it's just the slime and the pump. It's very strange though. My brother has actually used this. He did have to use it and he said it's quite funny to watch, but yeah, emergency flat tyre repair. So hopefully I won't have to use it, but it's nice to know it's in there just in case. 2 more items, basically foam letters, so all of the letters of the alphabet, and they come in a really cute little drawstring bag. I think the idea is to use them in the bath, but my son just likes playing around with them and just sticking them wherever and making up words. Because he started school, he's really keen on the alphabet and letters and things like that, absolutely loving it all. So these were £6 or £7 when I got them. They've really enjoyed those. I just think you could stick them on the bath tiles and all the time they're just making letters and learning their alphabet and how to write the letter. So yeah, they've been a really good investment, and it comes with a little sucker to keep them in place. That was it. And then the final one, which is obviously a little bit more personal to our situation, but it was in the last 10 items that I bought. It's called The Abilities in Me, and it's a congenital heart defect book. I've mentioned many times on here that my son's got a congenital heart defect. He's basically only got half a working heart, so it's a bit of a tricky situation, and one that's just very much hanging in the balance at the moment as to when we next step in. The future is uncertain, so it's very tricky. He's getting to the age now where he's starting to ask about his scar. He's starting to realise that he's a little bit different to his friends at school. It's just things like he has to wear like a luminous vest at lunchtime so that they can keep an eye on him, and he struggles a bit in PE. He can't walk very far. There's just things in place to help him, and he's just becoming more aware of it. We've always talked about his scar and told him that he's a superhero and he's got a superhero scar and other people won't have that, and he seems fine about that. But we just felt like this book was a really nice one. It was written by a mum who had a child with a congenital heart defect, and it's just a really, really simple little book with some pictures about a couple of the struggles they might have and why they've got the scar. And I actually got this as well because I felt like as the time's nearing to him having his next operation, he's going to need a lot of time off school, and this is a really easy, simple way for the teacher to explain to his friends in his class why he's going to be off, what roughly is going to happen, and if they've ever got any questions about Leo, I felt like this is a really good book to be aimed at his kind of age group. So that's why I bought it. This was £6 or £7, but that's just what it is. Like, I don't think this is particularly ever going to be on offer, and obviously it's no interest to the majority of people unless they've got a similar situation, but it was one of the previous 10 items I bought, so it made it onto the list, and that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a light-hearted one, just kind of like seeing what people buy. That's why I like monthly favourite videos. I was going to do a monthly favourites, and then I thought, no, I'll do what I've bought on Amazon because it's just slightly different. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. I am going to pop up my Swimming World update to get that filmed today as well. I'm lagging behind greatly with videos and editing and things, so hopefully get that up for you in the next day or so. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be great if you're not already. I'm on Instagram with the name Mumma_Hedgehog 2, and on the lovely Channel Mum with the name Mumma Hedgehog. I'll see you all soon. Bye.